Hi everyone, I'll be discussing how economic growth impacts Sainsbury's profitability and cost structure. Economic growth increases national income and consumers' confidence. According to income elasticity of demand, as real incomes rise, consumers spend more, not only on essentials but also on higher margin and premium supermarket products. For Sainsbury's, this means stronger sales of own brands, premium ranges, and non food items, which improves overall profit margins. During periods of economic expansion, higher demand allows Sainsbury to benefit from economies of scale. Fixed costs such as rents, logistics, and administrations are spread over a larger volume of sales, reducing average cost and improving operating profit. However, rapid economic growth can also lead to inflationary pressures, increasing wage costs and supplier prices, which may squeeze margins. Overall, economic growth positively affects Sainsbury's profitability and increasing consumer spending and improving cost efficiency, although inflation remains a potential challenge.
So while most people think that economic growth mainly affects how much economy spends and people spend, it also has a big impact on how businesses operate and invest. And Sainsbury is a good example of this. As the UK economy began to establish, um, its confidence improved and allowed Sainsbury to invest more into technology, logistics, and store upgrades. So they put over 1 billion into improving digital systems, delivery networks, and automation, which helped them become more efficient and reduce long-term costs. Economic growth also supported job creation and workforce stability. So Sainsbury now employs over 148,000 people, which improves customer service and daily operations, and while also at the same time benefiting from more active labor market. So stronger economic growth conditions also made it easier for Sainsbury to access funding, allowing them to invest in sustainability and supply chain improvements, which strengthened their long-term competitiveness. Thank you.
I am going to discuss the UK grocery market share of Sainsbury today. Sainsbury has approximately 15% of the larger market share of the UK grocery market, and thus it is among the largest stores in the UK. The large market is dominated by a small number of large firms with approximately 27, 13, and 10 of Tesco, Asda, and Aldi, respectively. There are only a few companies that dominate a large portion of the market. Thus, this makes this type of industry known as an oligopoly. In oligopoly, the companies are reliant on one another, hence, their prices and business plans are influenced by their rivals. Through the growth of the economy, people will enjoy more money to spend. They purchase more items, such as more expensive items that can assist the sales of Sainsbury and boost its market share. However, in times of slow economy or increases in prices, people are more conscious of their money and can even go to stores like Aldi or Lidl that are less expensive. This increases the competition of prices and it puts strain on the market share of Sainsbury. To retain its market share, Sainsbury should therefore employ competitive prices and remain strong in this oligopoly.
We will be discussing the impact of economic growth on Sainsbury's, one of the UK's biggest supermarket chains. As a grocery store, its performance is closely linked to economic growth because changes in income, inflation, and consumer confidence all affect how much people spend. Revenue is one of the clearest indicators of how economic growth affects Sainsbury's. When the economy is growing, employment and household incomes rise, increasing consumers' disposable income. During expansion periods, consumers may spend more, and there's an overall shift towards more premium or branded products. However, during periods of slow growth or recession, consumers become a bit more price sensitive and may switch or revert to discounted supermarkets and cheaper products. This slows Sainsbury's revenue growth, even if overall grocery demand remains relatively stable, ultimately meaning revenue trends at Sainsbury's often reflect broader economic conditions.